Hey girl, hey, and welcome back to the Hey Girl, Hey podcast. Real talk, real growth for the real you. Today's episode is a push, a reminder, a gentle but bold nudge for the woman who's been waiting, hesitating, talking herself out of her own purpose. The message today is simple: win the race. Don't be afraid. Act now. The time is now. Now, before we go any further, let me be real with you. This podcast almost didn't happen. Not because I didn't want to do it, but because fear held me back. Even as a teacher, I talk all day in front of students, but somehow the idea of speaking to the world, it felt different. I kept telling myself, who would want to hear what I have to say? What if I'm not polished enough? What if I mess up? What if nobody listens? I question everything: my voice, my value, my place. And because of that fear, I delayed starting this podcast far longer than I should have. But God kept reminding me He doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. And sis, somebody is assigned to your voice. Somebody is waiting on your story. Somebody is waiting on your obedience. I didn't need to be perfect. I just needed to start. And if I can push past that fear, so can you. Now let's get into today's word. Picture this. You're on a racetrack. The runners are lined up. The energy is high. The gun goes off. And everyone takes off except you. Not because you can't run, but because fear whispered, "You're not ready." That's how so many of us live, paused at the starting line, waiting for perfect timing, waiting to feel more confident, waiting for certainty. But here's the truth: you can't win a race you never start. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 says, "Let us run with endurance the race that is set before us." Not someone else's race, not the race comparison gives you, not the race fear tries to rewrite. Your race. And God never said, wait until you feel ready. He said, run. You're not the first woman to feel fear and run away. Let me give you three examples of women, biblical and modern, who didn't feel ready, didn't feel perfect, didn't feel qualified, but they ran their race and won. Esther, the woman who said, "If I perish, I perish." Esther didn't feel prepared. She didn't feel powerful. She didn't feel qualified, but she stepped into purpose anyway. One moment of courage from her saved an entire nation. She ran her race, and that race changed history. The woman with the issue of blood, the woman who pressed through. She suffered for 12 long years. She had every reason to quit, every reason to give up, but she pressed through. She pushed past opinions, shame, and limitation. She reached for Jesus. That one act of faith, that one race she ran, brought her healing. Serena Williams, the woman who dominated her lane. Serena didn't have perfect circumstances. She didn't grow up with privilege. She wasn't expecting to dominate a sport where she didn't fit the mold. But she showed up anyway, trained anyway, worked anyway, ran her race anyway. And she didn't just win, she changed the game. These women teach us something powerful. Winning isn't about being the fastest. Winning is about not quitting. Winning is about movement. Winning is about faith in action. And the same God who strengthened them is the same God who is nudging you today. Run your race. So let me ask you, what race have you been standing at the starting line for? What dream, what assignment, what calling have you delayed because fear kept talking louder than faith? What step have you avoided because you felt unqualified? Just like I did with this podcast. Sis, hear me out. Courage isn't something you wait to feel. Courage is something you build while you're moving. Confidence doesn't come before the step, it grows after the step. And blessings don't fall on the still, they fall on the obedient. Sometimes the miracle is not on the starting line, it's on the other side of your movement. So today, right now, in this moment, I want you to decide I will move. I will act. I will run my race now, not next month, not when everything is just right, not when I feel more confident. Because the truth is this, the time will never be perfect, but now will always be right. Here are three reflection questions. What have I been delaying out of fear? What small step can I take today? What lie have I believed about myself that God never spoke over me? Answer those and then take this step. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not unqualified. You are right on time, and you are more ready than you think. If God gave you the vision, He already prepared the victory. Your only job is to take the first step and start running. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Hey Girl, Hey podcast. Real talk, real growth for the real you. If this episode spoke to you, bless a sister and share it. And always remember, your breakthrough begins the moment you move. See you next time, sis.